False. Otherwise, okay. Wait, let me check. Is it recording or not? It should record the board first. Okay, it is. Hi everyone. My name is Divya Kapoor, and I welcome you all to the first section of the Imbalance series, where I'll be decoding Jeremy Silman, his book How to Reassess Your Chess Mastery Through Chess Imbalances. Now, first of all, I would just like to know your thoughts, your thoughts on like where do you feel chess is tough after the opening or in the middle game when you are creating plans or in the end game for you, whatever it is. Go ahead. You can speak out. I actually cannot really see the chat right here, so please speak out. Hi, am I audible? Please, anyone? Come on, we have to keep it an interactive session. Yeah. Hello. You can unmute right there. There's a mic icon below. If I show you here, that's the mic icon. If you can speak out, just unmute yourself and yeah, go ahead, speak out. Oops. Okay, you can speak out. Um, hey, so yeah, let's move ahead. First of all, what are imbalances? Imbalances are any significant difference in two positions. Okay. Now, Jeremy Silman says in his book, he quotes that if you want to be successful, you have to base your moves on the specific imbalance-oriented criteria that exist in the given position, not on your mood, tastes, and or fears. Okay, I would like to put it like this. Whenever we see a chess position, there are two different perspectives of two different people. But whenever we give that position to say a grandmaster, they just land on the same evaluation. Maybe they can have different moves. They can have some different lines, but they'll clearly say white is better or black is better, something like that. They'll clearly say it. While in our case, what happens? A 1500 might see, oh, white is winning. An 1800 might see, oh no, this position is equal. A 2000 might find plans from black. No one knows. So how the how the evaluation of the position changes from rating to rating. It's because we what the lower rated players do is they just create plans based on their mood, based on their tastes, right? If someone is an aggressive player, he or she sees aggressive plans much more. If someone is an defensive player, or a solid player, he would see solid plans more. Okay, but Silman in his book says that it is not the case. That's not how you make plans after an opening. You need to evaluate the position on imbalance-oriented criteria. If you know the imbalances, if you uh, if you see the position and identify the imbalances, then only you can make good plans. So in the first chapter, what Silman is doing is that he'll be explaining us what are imbalances, and he will give us a brief of everything. Okay, of everything. So let's jump right in. First of all, what are imbalances? That I already told. Okay, it is any significant difference in two respective positions. Now, Silman gives a list of imbalances. You need not to memorize it, not at all. You just need to, subconsciously feed it into your brain. That's what Silman tends to do through his book as well. Okay, let's just read out this list and see some examples. First one is superior minorities. Then we have pawn structure. Then we have space. Then we have material. Then we have control of a key file, control of a whole or a weak square. Then we are having lead in development. Then we do have initiative. Okay, it Stillman refers it as pushing your own agenda. Then we have king safety. Then we have statics versus dynamics. Okay, so many things. How are you gonna evaluate now? It seems really tough, yeah. But it is not really tough. It is in fact the opposite. What Silman wants you to do is that once he feeds imbalances in your mind, you will subconsciously look at the position and identify the imbalances. You don't need to put in the effort. You just see, okay, the white has a passed pawn, black has a superior knight. Uh, Maybe you can see king safety, initiative, anything. Okay, you can see anything. You just look at the board. Don't put any conscious effort. The brain does it for you. I hope. Um, I hope I am audible. If not, please confirm once. Because on my OBS, it seems, yeah, I am. Okay. Now, let's jump right into the first position. We are seeing an example of superior minor piece. So, this is the position in front of you. It is like to move. And just by looking at it, what comes in your mind? Can anyone tell me? What comes on your mind? Okay, let me open the chat as well. You can unmute, no problem. You can. Hmm. I think I have given the permission. Let me check. Um, I think my voice is coming. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my
Hi,
mic is
Mike.
working fine. I don't know why no one is unmuting. You can type in the chat as well. Hey, am I audible? And I hope my screen is also visible to everyone. Yeah, it is. I think I have given everyone the permission to unmute, right? So let me check once. There are no real host controls here, so hey, Hello. Okay, yeah, I am audible. Some people are replying. Great, great. So, did you understand up till now? Just let me know once. Was I fast? Was I slow? Or anything? I am unable to use speaker since it's kind of broken on my laptop. No problem. No problem. Okay, let's move ahead. Okay. Now, just let me know what comes into your mind after seeing this position. Okay, I have written the imbalances, but please don't try to look at it. Okay, we are all here to improve. We are all here to learn. Let me open the chat as well so that I can look into the replies. Rook A B1. Okay, good, good move by Soren Chauhan, if I'm uh, not good bishop versus bad knight. Very nice, very nice. So okay, I can see the usernames here. So yeah, okay, I do have all the names in the Google form in the Google sheet with me, but I don't remember. Obviously, I'm not sure whose username is which. So I will refer you by the username. Please bear with it. Yeah, I forgot to uh, ask the question in the form. Good bishop versus bad knight. Wildfire gray. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it right. Yeah, that is what it is. It is a superior minor piece, a, a great bishop for white, and a slacker knight for black. That's what it is. Now, Soren Chauhan pointed out really interesting detail as well. He pointed out rook a b1 as the move. Any other answer? Just let me. Okay, no. Soren Chauhan pointed a very good move, which is rook a to b1. This can be the right move here. Now, I'm not telling you to solve the position. Okay. So rook a b1 can be the correct move. Also, bishop c3 can be the correct move. But what all are the imbalances? First, white has a queen side space here, and central space as well. Also, he has a great bishop. That's all that are the imbalances. About the kings are both almost equal, not very safe, not very vulnerable. Vice queen is better, clearly better. White's rooks, I think they are equal. Maybe you can say a slight edge to white here because of the knight. The rook seems to be blocked. Also, the a rook is no questions, no questions. It is better, undoubtedly. So, what Silman points out here is that once you know these imbalances, you come up with a move. Soren Chan did with rook a b1 or rook f b1, anything can be played. The idea is that you go in and attack the weaknesses. A7 and c7, these can be a target. But that's not, that doesn't seem really right. Why? Okay, we have rook b7. We put pressure on e7 or c7, but we are not getting anything immediately. But we do improve our position. So yeah, that can be a way to play it.
మాకేం పని మేడం
Yes, yes, I can hear you. No problem. If you have any questions, you can ask.
ఫ్రెష్
Okay. Now, um, according to me, the best way to play this position would be bishop c3. Why? Why is this move better than rook a b1? Can anyone tell? Okay, some people are typing. I can see. Mhm. Queen d4 with mating strategy. Very nice. Very nice. That's the correct answer because you can play after bishop c3, then rook a1, then rook c. Um, okay, but you are not getting anything immediately, right? An immediate threat of queen d4 makes it even simpler. After bishop c3, you get queen d4, and how will black defend mate? Okay, let's just look at a sample line. Um, Actually, black cannot defend. He has to give up the knight. That's the only solution I see. Um, uh, whose move was it? Is let me check. So yeah, Sorin Chauhan answering your question. Why not rook b1? Yeah, rook a b1. It is good. It is good. I'm not saying it is bad or something. It is based on the imbalance of input criteria. That's what we are trying to trying to understand here. But sometimes in chess, what happens is that some move is better, some move is also good, but not as good as the previous one. Both are based on the same imbalance or different sometimes. One might see a move, one might see another move. Uh, the it is not it is not it is not a uh, question. I like whose move is better, whose move is not. Everyone makes mistakes. It's all good. Rook a b1, rook b7. It is good. You are winning the a7 pawn, but bishop c3 is better because you get queen d4. You threaten mate, and if black somehow defends, which he cannot, you get simply rook a b1, rook b7, winning the a7 pawn again. So that's how you create pressure, right? Improving your position bit by bit, and then finally you do something, maybe win a pawn or a piece or something. Here, you don't even need to play rook b1. Bishop c3, queen d4, the game is lost already. Black cannot defend mate. He has to give up material, a knight maybe. Um, when you find a good move, look for a better one. Yeah, this relates. This is exactly what I meant to say. Okay, let's move on to our next position. Again, my question: what imbalances do you see? I think we need to fix the format because when I switch to Discord, the board is not visible to you people. So in the recording it will be, but okay, we'll see what to do about it. About that, it is on the right position indeed. Good night versus bad bishop. Spot on. Yeah, spot on. Both the answers spot on. Now, White's knight is okay, unquestionably better here. I don't see a reason to call Black's bishop good. Yeah. Now, can I get the move here? Once you know the imbalances, can I get the move? I'm waiting a little bit more on this position so that I get the answers. You people can type. You can take your time, no problem. Okay, let's see. Queen d4. Mm-hmm. Queen d4. Okay. So this position is very, very similar to the last one, but what are you doing with queen d4? That's my question. Rook f7 already defends g7. So queen d4 doesn't really do much. Okay, it puts pressure on the a7, but I think there's a better way to put pressure on the weak pawns. Hmm. Rook a b1, exactly. Yeah, wildfire. That's the right answer. Rook a b1, rook b1, threat in a7. Correct, correct. That, oops, my bad, my bad. And our screen is gone, I believe. Let me see. Okay, no problem. It is back. That's the problem with OBS. The tab has to be active all the time in order to, record it. Okay, we'll manage. So yeah, rook A B1 or rook F B1, both are correct because we are entering the position. We are just entering into the position, attacking A7, attacking C7, and we are guaranteed to get the C7 pawn. Then we'll get a passer, then we'll get a queen, then we'll get a win, and black deletes its system account. Let's move on to our next position. These position all are taken from the book itself. Okay, we have the answer here, but I would like you people to answer the imbalances that you see. What is the imbalances that's governing the position? Okay, till everyone types, I would like to draw your attention towards what we are doing here. We are reading the book. Yeah, wow. Uh, we are reading the book indeed. But what we are doing in this chapter is we'll have a brief look over every imbalance, whether it's period minor piece, pawn structure, king safety, anything. We'll have a brief look at it. And there are some sample games as well showing the use of imbalances. And then once we have a brief of everything, we then jump into the the broader sections. Like Selman explains what are knights. Yeah. This is what he explains. This is what he explains. What are knights? How do they move? What they do on the board? This is what he explains. This might seem really, really foolish, really uh, like obviously the knight moves like an L, but what he explains is much more deep. What are the benefits of having a knight over a bishop? What are the advantages of having a bishop over a knight? How to play with bishop pair? How to play with a knight against the bishop? Like that, such small things he explains. Okay, now let's just look at the chat. Extra pawn for black, advanced pawns for white. Very nice, very nice. We can play b7 advanced pawn for white, then queen. Correct, exactly. This is this is the right answer. So what? Okay, after reading the book, what I saw in this position and before reading the book, what I saw in this position are completely different. Before reading the book, what I saw was exactly this. I saw, okay, black is one pawn up, black has two advanced pawn, white has one advanced pawn. As a, I don't want to say myself as a good player, but okay, as a decent player, I calculated that okay, white is completely winning. It is not very tough, but after reading the book, I got to know how and why white is winning. I saw that black has two passed pawns, but white is still winning because White's pawn is further advanced. White pawn is way ahead. Okay, so the move here comes b7, rook b8. This is the line mentioned in the book itself. Bishop b8, rook b8, queen c6. Queen d8 is the main move written in the book. But what if queen captures c6 check? It is the same. It is the same. Nothing really changes. Rook captures c6, bishop e5, rook c8 check, king g7. Because obviously, if you capture the rook, there's a queen. Uh, Please let me know if I'm fast because I already mentioned we don't want absolute beginners here. They will struggle. Um, I'm assuming that everyone joining these sessions is either rated or if he or she is unrated, he is a decent player. He sees basic moves. I believe. Please let me know. Rook captured b8, bishop captured b8, and rook a1. We attack the weakness. We just shift the imbalance completely. We do have a pass pawn. The bishop has to block the pass pawn. That's his duty. And now we suddenly attack the weaknesses. We are attacking the pawn on a6. The idea is simply to capture on a6, go rook a8, push the b pawn. That's the simplest idea here. d3. But our king
Then,
is in time. King f3. It catches the pawn.
then,
Yes, 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 yes. Please speak.
then after bishop take b8, white one play rook c1.
Bishop takes b8, rook c1. It is good move. It is a good move, no problem. But why rook a1? Because we are attacking the weakness as well. Because we are attacking the a6 pawn as well. Rook c1 is not a bad move indeed. It can be also played. You are directly threatening to go rook c8, right? No problem in that. But I think rook c1, d3. Let's assume now if you go rook c8. White just pushes, yeah, he sacrifices, and the king is not in time to capture the d pawn. And if we play king f3, d2, now we need to move the rook. We can't move the king. We need to play rook d1. Obviously, we can win the d pawn, and it's a little bit slow. It's a little bit slow. You can see you can really go rook c1, yeah. Sorry, rook c8, yeah. You need to capture the d pawn first. That's why. Yeah, you can play rook c1 too, but it is a bit slow. I hope it's clear and OBS is working fine. Yeah, great. Queen c8, yeah, queen c8 was the main move. Why not rook c1? I answered it. The main move. Let's just look at the main move now, which was queen d8. After queen c6, it was queen d8. Okay, the same continuation. Queen c8 this time. Obviously, if rook captures c8, it's winning. If queen captures c8, it's winning. So bishop e5 gets played. Queen capture d8, rook capture d8, rook c8, and we win. We just win easily. I hope that's clear. I just hope. So please let me know if that's clear, and we'll then move ahead. Okay. Please let me know if it's clear. Okay. Someone is typing. So let's just wait a little bit. Okay. Yes, sir. I do have a screen capture here for, I believe, the board as well. I hope so. Yeah. Now, taking you all to the book. Yeah, we are reading the book, so we need to read some lines as well. We need to see what all is mentioned because obviously I'm not exactly speaking the text. I'm not reading it. I'm explaining it. Yeah. So just to fill in the gaps, I I covered this list of imbalances. We saw bishop versus knight, superior minor piece. We then saw superior minor piece again. We saw pawn structure, one position only. So from these three positions, what we got to know is that the positions work on an imbalance oriented criteria. Okay. The positions operate on an imbalance oriented criteria. You need to know the imbalances. These positions were, I guess, really easy for everyone to understand. I think even a 11 or 1200 rated player online can also understand that easily. But positions are not that simple. Uh, Positions are not that simple. What imbalances actually do is that they deconstruct the positions. Here it is. The imbalances deconstruct position in a way that makes it user friendly. Uh, Now, what user friendly here actually means is easy to understand. A simple example: if one side has more queen side space while the other, I hope you can see my cursor, right? Or okay, let me just select the text so that you can see clearly. If one side has more queen side space while the other side is staring at his opponent's weak pawn, those are the imbalances that delineate the moves and plans of both players, both players would follow. What Silman says here is that you just the how grandmasters look at position. They identify the imbalances. Black has more queen side space. White has a lead in development, or maybe more material. Uh, white has a great pawn structure. Black has a fast pawn. Uh, White has a superior minor piece. Then the knight is better. That's how grandmasters see a position, and that's how they make plans. So, okay, I remember I read this book not fully. I would obviously I'm reading with you guys, but long ago I got a chance to read some part of this book, and I saw the chapter. The second it's in the second chapter, I believe, or the third. I don't know. I don't remember really. Silman showed that how knights play. Yeah, how do knights play. He literally explained that they move like an L. Knights hop onto other pieces. That's a superpower of the knight. Yeah. He explained the basics. I thought, okay, who needs to know this? I mean, I was like, who needs to know this? Everyone knows, I believe. But then I read a little bit further. That's exactly how grandmasters see the position. They see, okay, this is the knight. They know its specialities. They know what squares to put the knight on. They know how a knight plays best. They know how a bishop plays its best. That's how Silman in his book teaches you. He teaches you from the very basics, the things you just know. Okay, you just know those things, but and you apply them. You apply them, yeah. In your games, right now you're not applying them. Trust me, you are not. I literally saw uh, a few chapters in between. For example, I am right now seeing the page 103 of this book. It says Bishop versus Knight test, and I can see the positions already. The level of the first position is 1900 to 2200. Okay, Uh, I will not. I will not share the position. I'll just. Uh, okay. Okay. Let me jump onto the page right here so that you people also can see. It's okay. 13, yeah. 103 is 13. That's 116. I hope. Okay. Yeah. See the first position. This is not a tactic. It seems equal. At first, it seems equal. Yeah. That's what we are learning here. We are learning to convert equal positions. Okay. I guess everyone has an idea, a slight idea of what we are going to do, how strong we are going to become. So E4, difference between minor pieces. Wildfire, we are not looking at uh, minor pieces only here. We are looking at each and every imbalance. We will be looking at everything, from bishop versus knight to fast pawns to king safety to static versus dynamics, everything, each and everything. So Soren Chauhan says E4. Uh, E4. or- Okay, you are telling the solution, yeah. Um, we don't need the solution right now. We'll discover it, while we read the book itself. But I'm just saying that look at this position from an amateur's angle. Who says that white is better or black is better? No one can say. But after a few moves, you'll see who is better and who is not. Why? Because Silman forces you to learn these imbalances, these kind of imbalances. Whose knight is better, whose bishop is better. If white has two knights and black has two bishops, then what you should do? You should close the position. Open position, open position is good for double bishops, a bishop pair. Yeah. And he also tells at some point that bishops, opposite colored bishops, favor the attacking side like this. Yeah. He shares all these plans, all these minor things. I hope today's session was good. I don't know if it was exceptional or something, but I hope it was informative. What we did today is just a brief introduction, what we'll be looking at, what we'll be doing. Yeah, and we started off the first chapter. Obviously, I will be covering much more content than this today. I just wanted to introduce all of you to the book, what it covers, what it has. It's a really thick book, by the way. We are gonna learn a lot. Just let me know if it was a good, if it was informative session or not, and then let's move to the Q&A. It was great. Nice job. I think I don't have a window capture of the Discord here. Okay, let's just set up, and you guys can start asking the questions. Okay, we can have a bigger Q&A today, I believe. Like it's 15 minutes are remaining. We started off maybe 1 or 2 minutes late, I guess. So extending it, we will have a Q&A of 17 to 18 minutes maybe. Let's just see. So you guys can start asking the questions, and I am creating a screen capture for Discord because I forgot it. Yeah, I just hope. Okay. So yeah, this session will be like this. Okay, everything will be raw. Okay, we have done it. You guys can start asking questions. Either unmute your mic or type them in the chat. If any doubt, questions, questions regarding the book, personal questions regarding chess, you can ask anything. Okay, wildfire is typing, it seems. Oh my God, a really big question, I believe. Or maybe he doesn't know where are the letters on the keyboard. I wanted to ask if there is a closed center and both have castle, same side, which wing should we attack? It's an interesting question. Okay, so it's a closed center. Both sides have castle, same side. Which wing should we attack? It depends on the pawn structure and the and your pieces. Okay, where are your pieces pointing? Where are your pieces playing? Which area is stronger for you? That that matters. Okay, and the pawn structure. Like let's say if you have close center and your pawns are pointing towards the king side, you should go for the king side, or the queen side, you should go for the queen side. I'll show an example quickly, but for that, I think I need to make a new window capture because yeah, I have a capture for chess base and all, but oh, okay, I need to make one. Just a second, and I'm showing the example. Okay, in the recording, you might see black screens for a little, just a little. Don't worry, it won't harm any explanations or something. Okay, I think the board is visible to everyone, but not visible in the recording. So let's add it. I'll now just set up the board quickly. Okay, this whose question was it? I think it was wildfire. Yeah, I think it was wildfire. Yeah, it was. In this opening after d4, d5, c4, I believe the structure occurs. Let's go with the Queen's Gambit decline, e3. You can also go for the classical variation. I'm just showing an example. So it doesn't matter which opening would you play. Yeah. Knight f6, knight. Uh, okay, and we do have a position, I believe. If takes. Um, Not really this, I believe, because we need the pawn structure to be a little bit different. Let me remember in which opening it is. C6, and let's say you go for the main line, knight b to d7, takes, and I think we are here. We go for the exchange variation, for example. takes and take the e pawn, then bishop d3, for example. Now just look at it. Where would you attack? Let's just castle the kings as well. Bishop d6, castle, castle. Where would you attack? That's the question, right? So first of all, look at your pieces. Where are they pointing? Your bishop is clearly pointing towards the king side. Your knight is ready to jump on the king side, and your queen can also play on the king side as well. Where this knight can't really do much. Yeah, it can't really do much. Obviously, a4 is just a bad square. Uh, but still, white plans in this position. White doesn't know where to exactly attack. Yeah. Sometimes white goes for e4. Sorry. Sometimes white goes for e4. Sometimes players go for bishop d2, rook c1. That that really depends. Now, once you have found a plan, you stick with it. That's very important. You need to stick with it. In this position, I play a lot of Queen's Gambit personally. So I know some plans like e4 and a3, b4 is also a plan. But how those plans actually came? First of all, my pieces are pointing towards the king side. Okay, I need to open up the dark squared bishop. So I think of e4. Okay, but how do we decipher the queen side attack? See the pawn structure. One, two, three, four versus one and two. I hope some one of you knows about a minority attack, I believe. Just let me know if anybody knows how to perform a minority attack. Inside is 3, G4, G5. Yeah, yeah. Uh this is an idea here. This is an idea. Correct. So you know about a minority attack. Very nice. When exactly a minority attack happens in this pawn structure, this is known as the Carlsbad pawn structure. It's a very famous name. If you go on Google or maybe YouTube, maybe you find it with the inverted colors. But I would like to still call it a Carlsbad structure only because here exist same plans. You see a pawn chain of three pawns, an A pawn on A7, and white has two pawns, A2, B2. So white can think of A3, B4, B5. That's how a minority attack occurs. Yeah. So I think that answered the question. How to really attack, where to really attack. Okay. There are a lot of plans in certain positions after opening. It just depends which side you choose to play. In some openings, like the Sicilian, uh, the side black plays and white plays are almost fixed every time. Black goes on the queen side and white goes on the king side. This is almost fixed. How? Why? Because the pawn structure allows it. As simple as that. Black plays in the either in the center with d5 or on the queen side with a6 b5 in the Sicilian. I hope everyone knows the Sicilian. And about white, he plays with f3, g4, h4 lines. I have seen some lines go f4 as well, f4, g4, h4. So it depends on the pawn structure first and the side where your pieces are strong. Okay, where are your pieces pointing? In some openings, it may vary. You can choose to play on the king side or the queen side, depending on your prep. Don't worry, we'll learn to create plans as well from this book only. Silman covers every each and everything. I hope that Silman explains better than me. Yeah, about this question. So, any other questions? And yes, exactly. I forgot to, select the Discord capture, screen capture here. No problem, we do it. Any other questions? You can either speak out or type in the chat. Okay, Wildfire Gate is typing again. Not in my mind currently. No problem. Any other questions from any other people? I see less participation. These sessions have to be much more interactive. If someone is, let's say, traveling in a car or maybe, then okay. I mean, you can listen and no problem. We can let this slide out. But if you are on your in your home, please, I would suggest to you to attend these sessions interactively so that we all learn from each other. I am waiting if still any questions are there. So, okay, it doesn't seem that there are questions. Okay, so let's just have a recap of what we learned today and change the screen recording here as well so that we don't mess up. Correct. Let's just have a recap. Okay, one thing I would like to point out, which I forgot at first, is that I'll be I'll be sharing the PGNs with you all when we finish each part. So this book has, let me see how many parts is this book has 8 parts, I believe. 8 or 10 it was. It, this book has 9 parts. So after finishing every part, I'll share a PGN in the Discord server only, where you can see or you can revise. I'll be sharing the recordings of each session, but you know, sometimes we need the PGNs as well. Let's just revise uh, what we have studied. First of all, we studied what are imbalances, why to apply them, and why are they important. We saw the list of imbalances. You don't need to memorize it. It will just get into your brain automatically. You just need to focus here. First is superior minor piece, font structure, space, material, control of a key file. Obviously, a rook does it. Control of a weak square, lead in development, initiative, or we can say pushing your own agenda in safety, statics versus dynamics. After that, we looked at some examples of superior minor piece, pawn structure. White has a passed pawn on b6. It is really further advanced, and white is winning by b7, rook b8, bishop b8. Simple line. And yeah, we studied about position as well. I believe, yeah, this position. We studied about Carl's structure as well a little bit. I hope this was a really good session from my side. Okay. The recording of the session will be provided in the session recordings channel, which we are having here. Which we are having here. You'll have a link of YouTube. You can just tap it and watch the video. It will be completely unedited from my side, or maybe a little bit edited, I don't know. But it will cover each and everything that we have talked about. With this, we wrap up today's session. I hope this was good. Bye.